Today, we're cracking open the blueprint for getting your articles to the very top of Google. We're going to walk through Saddam Qasim's proven strategy step by step so you can see exactly how it's done and how you can do it too.
You've probably been there, right? You pour hours, maybe days, into an amazing article. You hit publish, and then nothing. So how does some articles just shoot to the top of the search results, especially when they don't have a huge budget behind them? Well, it usually boils down to one critical thing.
And that's really the heart of it all. The foundation of great SEO, of ranking #1, isn't some crazy, expensive secret. It's about building powerful, super well-structured content that both Google and, more importantly, your readers absolutely love. So let's get to building.
Okay, before we get into the how, let's talk about the proof. Because, talk is cheap. It's one thing to hear about a strategy, but it's another thing entirely to see the real-world results it can get you.
Just take a look at these examples right from the source material. An article targeting how to close Flipkart Pay Later is right there on page 1. And even for a way more competitive search like why WordPress is better, this exact strategy landed the #2 spot. This isn't about luck, it's about having the right process.
So before we even whisper the word keywords or get into any technical stuff, we have to get the absolute basics right. Think of these as the 3 non-negotiable pillars of any article that even wants a chance at ranking. First up, size matters. The source is super clear on this. If you want to be competitive, your article needs to be at least 1,000 words long. Why? Well, shorter articles just don't have the space to go deep enough to prove you're an authority on the topic. Think of 1,000 words as the price of admission.
Second, you have to be smart about the battles you pick. You're not going to outrank a massive website for a huge keyword on day 1. The real trick is to find the gaps, the questions people are asking that the big players just haven't bothered to answer yet. That's your opening. And third, and this might just be the most important piece of the puzzle, user intent. You have to get inside the searcher's head. What do they actually want? If someone searches for best smartphones under 30,000, their intent is crystal clear. If your article starts rambling about phones that cost 50,000, you've missed the point entirely, and trust me, Google will know. Okay, let's move on to the fun part, the hunt for those winning keywords. And the best part? You don't need to spend a dime on expensive, complicated tools. We're going to use methods that are 100% free and accessible to literally anyone.
So, the secret weapon here is what we call long-tail keywords.
Forget trying to rank for a giant one-word term like WordPress. It's just too crowded. Instead, you're going to target a longer, more specific phrase like why WordPress is better than other CMS. These have way less competition and show exactly what the user wants. They're so much easier to rank for.
And the best place to find these is Google itself. Seriously, just go to the search bar, start typing your topic, and look at the suggestions that pop up. Those aren't random. That is literally Google telling you, hey, this is what real people are searching for right now. It is an absolute goldmine. And if you're wondering if it's worth the effort, check this out. That long-tail keyword, best smartphone under 30,000 rupees, gets over 33,000 searches a month in India alone. When you find a specific phrase like that and just create the best possible article for it, you're tapping into a huge audience that's ready to listen.
Here's another amazing free trick. You know that people also ask box in the Google results? Those are the exact questions people have about your topic. Grab those questions, turn them into subheadings in your article, and then just answer them clearly. It's that simple. You're directly solving their problems, and Google absolutely loves to see that.
So, you've got a killer topic. You've got the perfect keywords. But if you just dump all that text onto a page in a big block, it's not going to work. How you structure your article is just as critical as what's in it. You have to lay it out so a search engine can understand it in a split second.
The easiest way to wrap your head around this is to think of your article like a book. Your main headline, that's the title of the book. It gets an H1 tag. Your main sections, those are your chapters. They get H2 tags. And any smaller points inside a chapter, yep, those are your H3s. This simple logical order is everything for SEO. In this slide shows you exactly what I mean. The structure on the left, it's a complete mess. It jumps all over the place, and it's confusing for both people and search engines. But the one on the right, it's clean. It's logical. H1, then H2, then H3s. That's what you're aiming for. It's easy to read and a piece of cake for Google to understand.
All right, we are in the home stretch. Your content is written, it's beautifully structured. Now let's run through a quick, rapid-fire checklist of the final polishing touches you need to add before you smash that publish button.
First, the meta description. That's the little summary that shows up under your title in the search results. Think of it as your 160-character sales pitch. It's your one shot to convince someone to click on your link instead of the 9 others on the page. Make it count, and be sure to include your main keyword. Next, image alt text. Google is smart, but it can't actually see your images. Alt text is just a short, written description that tells Google what the image is about. It's also crucial for accessibility. The key is to add your focus keywords to the alt text of at least one relevant image on the page.
Don't be shy about adding external links. All that means is linking out to another high-quality, relevant website. When you do this, you're basically telling Google, hey, I've done my research and I'm pointing to other authoritative sources. It actually boosts your own credibility.
And of course, don't forget internal links. These are links from the article you're writing to other articles on your own site. This is a huge win-win. It keeps people clicking around and staying on your website longer, and it helps Google map out how all of your content is connected.
So here it is, your final pre-published checklist. Have you added your focus keyword, written a killer meta description, set your image alt text, included a mix of external and internal links, and finally just double-checked your keyword density to make sure you've used your keyword naturally but not stuffed it in everywhere?
And that really brings us to the most important question you can ask yourself. Following all these steps, it's not about tricking Google. It's about clear communication. It's about building your content on a solid foundation and making it incredibly easy for both users and search engines to know exactly what your article is about and why it's the best result. So, is your content built to be understood?